So in the directions here, it says that the domain is -4 to 5. We can see that because the furthest left it goes is -4. The furthest right is 5. That's our domain. Closed on both sides, so that's why it's brackets on both sides. The range is lowest to highest. So the lowest the graph goes is down here at -3. It does include it because it's not an open circle. It actually goes down and does touch -3. And then the highest the graph goes, way up here, to 8. Also a bracket because it was closed circle, closed point. The maximum value, that's the highest value for the entire function, the highest y value, which is up there at 8. We don't need to put the x value because it only said the maximum value, which is the y value. If it said the input for the maximum value, that's when we would write the x value. Identify the interval for which the function is increasing. So it starts out decreasing, and then right here at -2 it changes. It starts increasing all the way until it stops at 5. So the interval is the x values from -2 to 5. And we always do parentheses for intervals of increasing and decreasing because at the endpoint it's not doing anything. It stopped. It's no longer increasing. At the bottom it's not doing anything either because it just changed. Decreasing is very similar. It starts out decreasing here at -4, but it stops decreasing at that turnaround point at -2. Always for parentheses for increasing and decreasing. The input that yields the minimum value. So find the minimum. It's the bottom of that curve. It's the lowest point of the entire graph. And it wants the input for it, which is the x value, which is -2. If it just said find the minimum value, it would be -3 because that's how low it goes. But the input is -2. And then the input that yields the maximum, so that's the highest point, which is up here. That's the highest point, but we want the input, which is the x value that achieves that highest point, 5.